Yeah, hi there, and these comments are for M. I'm just using your initials for privacy purposes, and I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And I'm going to listen to your your third pre-test. I think it's integrated speaking practice test number 11.
The two speakers discuss how teachers can make learning more enjoyable, and they suggested 4 techniques to make it interesting.
I would say, and they suggest, not suggested. You don't want to use past tense there. When you're summarizing someone else's ideas, just stick with the present tense, right? Don't worry about shifting.
Enjoyable, and they suggested 4 techniques to make it interesting. In addition, they mentioned the benefit of each technique. The first method is teaching interactively. For example,
now this is a good strategy. You said they talked about 2 methods. That's a great leading sentence. Now you say the first method and the second method. So that type of sentence that you use is effective in helping to organize what's going to come after that. So that's a very good strategy on your part.
By teaching the students the basic of addition, he will learn it faster if the teaching is done by asking students to select things such as pencil, the number of which is equal to the solution of the problem.
Now the only problem is you're using exactly the same grammar, the same sentence from the lecture, and you don't want to do that. So you have to be careful about that. That's kind of called plagiarism. What you're trying to do when you do these practice tests, you're trying to show me that you can take notes, right? You can take notes on what is being said, and then you can use your own grammar and your own vocabulary to explain the ideas.
The second way is involving students through activities like...
Now wait a minute, let me check out that word you just said.
The number of which is equal to the solution of the problem. The second way is involving students through activities like role play. The students do not get bored and are able to focus on the subject being taught for longer period. The third style is teacher being friendly with their students.
Now wait a minute, you're having some language use issues.
Students do not get bored and are able to focus on the subject being taught for longer period.
I think you want to say the subject being taught for longer periods.
The third style is teacher being friendly with their
you want to say the third method.
Students and do not get bored and are able to focus on taught for longer period. The third style is teacher being friendly with their...
The teacher being, so there's actually no verb in there. So you have to make sure when you're creating your sentences, you have a subject and a verb in there to express your ideas.
Students and do not be as someone who just gave them more.
Students do not be, I don't think we would say that. Let's go back to that again.
The third style is teacher being friendly with their students and do not be as someone who just gave them more.
And I would say, and the teacher is not just someone who gives them work. That's probably the better way to phrase that. So this particular practice test, you're having quite a few problems either choosing the right vocabulary or choosing the accurate or correct grammar to express your ideas.
That can help students to listen more effectively to what the teacher is saying as they listen to their front. Finally, animating the learning sense of students through teachers' creativity, because students enjoy the class of the teacher who is able to teach by this way.
Right. Now, what I would do too is, as you get to different junctures or different parts of your response, you probably should say the third method according to the listening passage is, another point the listening passage mentions is. So every now and then at different parts of your speech, make sure that we know where the information is coming from. Okay, so I'm not going to worry as much this time about your pronunciation. You have that minor problem with the S, but the bottom line is I can still understand most of what you're saying, pretty much, right? Now, with this one, though, I'll be honest with you, you had quite a few problems with your language use. Remember that if you have a sentence, it has to have a subject and a verb in it. So you're having some problems controlling your verb tense or your verb use, choosing the right verb, choosing the right word, some of those kinds of things. Now, in terms of your organization, my only suggestion in topic development is to maybe in a few different parts of your response, make sure you let us know where this information is coming from. All right, so based on this, I'm going to put you in the 2 range. I'm going to put you at about 2.16 out of 4, or 17 points out of 30 on this practice test. Now what that means is this is going to put you at 75% on this particular test. So anyway, thank you very much for completing this. And next time, what do you want to do now? Next time, I think you want to work a little bit more on your organization and also on your language use. Trying to be as correct as you can when you're speaking. Those are some of the things you want to look at with a special attention to your sentence structure and your verb tense usage.